So guys, today, back for another video on the channel. Today we're here for the Newcastle United versus Spurs predicted team. It's a massive game, as I stressed enough in the preview. So if you want to go and watch the preview, I button at the top, link in the description or on the outro. So if you want to go and watch that straight after this one, make sure to do so. We've got some big injury news and some positives, some negatives, so we'll get into the video now. It's a massive game for Newcastle and let's just hope we can pick up something. As you know lads, it's been very hard for myself at Newcastle United recently, so I hope you understand that it hasn't been uploaded recently, but I was having me time off and I really wanted to do some videos, but I needed that time off to get ready for these ones emotionally. So that's the reason for that, if you didn't watch the preview and I explained it in that. But anyways boys, let's get into my predicted team now. Before I start off the predicted team, I think it was in the last predicted team video that I'd done, someone asked, is this actually the team that I think will get predicted or the team that I want? And I can't remember if I stressed that enough in different videos or not, but this is basically a mixture of both. I'll explain players who I want in, and when I'm explaining a player who I want in, I'll probably say this player will probably play instead of him. So that's what I'll get into. So I didn't have people who knew that. Anyways, this is my predicted team. This is my predicted team for the game versus Spurs, and I'll go through every player now with the injuries and whatnot. Starting off in goal is Martin Dubravka. I want to say a big congratulations to him on being a father now after his loss has had a new Ben, so congratulations to Martin on that. He's had a bit of a stomach ache recently, being out on his international duty, but he's going to be training Friday and Saturday, so hopefully, we'll see. Bruce said he'll be okay. So it wouldn't surprise us if we've seen Darlow in goal, but I think Martin Dubravka will play, and he'll be playing for his new Ben, which is brilliant news for him. Javi Mancu has been speaking during the week about the game against Brighton, saying that it was unacceptable and the team need to bounce back, and I completely agree with Javier. Emil Kraft's been out on international duty. I think Sweden got 3 wins out of 3, played all the games, so I mean it wouldn't surprise us if Bruce seen that and went, you know what, I'll play Emil Kraft. But for me, Javi Mancu's just got that quality and we can rely on him a lot more. Centre backs, Jamal Lascelles the captain, and I've actually brought in Federico Fernandez. He is a type of player what we need in this team. I think Fabian Schär is the one who we definitely need, or Florian Lejeune, who's been given Alvarez Player of the Year when we've sent him out on loan when we're struggling like this. But for me, Kieran Clark has been good recently. I think Kieran Clark will play, but for me, I think we need that change in defence after conceding 3 goals against Brighton. Left back, Paul Dummett. Jamal Lewis played in midweek with his international team, but for me, Paul Dummett's been there consistently well, and he was one of our best players against Brighton. I say best, he was still shite, but he was one of the better players against Brighton. And for me, we rely on him so much. I can guarantee you, he'll put in a 6 out of 10 against Spurs, and he loves the game against Spurs. Remember last time when he got man of the match, he was absolutely sublime. So let's just hope we can do that again. Midfield 2. As we all know, Isaac Hayden's out for the rest of the season, which is really, really bad news for the club. For me, Sean and Matty should play, and here is why. John Shelvey has been the worst player in the club this season. Doesn't get spoken about. He's been the worst player this season. Worst player. Jeff Hendrick. If we've been robbed. We've got one of 3. We feel like I've been robbed of getting Jeff Hendrick in. And then it's Sean and Matty. I mean, you could play Joe Willock in a deeper role, but for me, the togetherness which them two can bring with each other, it's not good enough for when you're playing just Sean or just Matty. When them two perform with each other, we actually have a very solid midfield. When them two play with each other, they can perform, and we've seen that. We have seen that in time. We're seeing it against Man United. Then we played Chelsea the week after and they were brilliant then, and then we had Wolves at home, and then Sean got his red card. And for me, them two together can bring you something, and I don't think we've properly seen that this season. Play them together and we can create something. I can guarantee you that now. The attack, Alan Saint-Maximin is back, and it's brilliant news. We've needed it so much. He's fantastic and we needed him, and he's absolutely brilliant, and I can guarantee you that he will perform. Well, fingers crossed he does. He's brilliant, and I can't wait to see him on the pitch. Miggy next, he's recovering from his injury. He played against Brighton, but I think after having this bit of time off will benefit him a lot, and I think he will play in that cam role, and hopefully he does, because we need to be playing this system if we want to win. Ryan Fraser on the left, he's performed for Scotland, 2 goals in 2 games. He's done brilliant stuff for them. playing on that left hand side, creating chances for them, and he scored 2 goals for Scotland on the left hand side, but Steve Bruce is playing him in a centre forward cam role. For me, you've got to be playing Ryan Fraser on the left, and we should be playing him because he needs game time and he needs consistent game time. He's been playing recently, but with him and Maxi and Almiron, you can't go wrong. It's our best front three and we do need that. And it's a bit, unluckily, too early for Callum Wilson. He should hopefully be back for Burnley next weekend. It's pointless risking him. If he's not fit, why risk him? So for me, you've got to play Joe Linton. I think Andy Carroll, it's Andy Carroll. He doesn't really do anything, does he? Dwight Gale probably getting a new deal. I wouldn't surprise if he was up top. Thinking of it now, I wouldn't mind Dwight Gale or Joe Linton because they're probably going to put in the same shift. Playing against Spurs, I mean, you'll have a bit more confidence in Gale probably, but we don't know about his contract situation or whatnot. But that is my predicted team. Let me know, lads, in the comments if you do agree. Do you want to see the long-snap brothers in midfield? Do you want to see Shelby in, or do you want to see Jeff Hendrick in? Or well, I would just be surprised if I seen one of them comment. Who do you want to see up top? Is it great to see Maxi back? Who do you do in centre back with Lascelles? Let me know in the comments, boys. But I'll see you all in the next video, lads. Tomorrow I will be streaming, starting time about 1:45, just before the game. So I will be starting the stream before the game, and it's a massive one. We need a win. Anyways, boys, see you in the next video.